Closer look at the Evolve skateboard. This is the pintail series. Fantastic board, beautiful, more of a longboard. It's a beautiful cruisy riding board. Fantastic for beach footpaths, roads, all concrete surfaces really. It's just a lovely carving machine, but yet you can fully hook in if that's the kind of riding you like to do. Now, I'll talk about the skateboard side of things first. Now, as for the deck, as you can see, it's a great shape. We're using bamboo for our construction of our decks. 6-ply bamboo, vertically laminated construction. We've got a slight little camber on the board, like a snowboard. We have a nice little W for the concave, sort of raised in the guts, and little bit of a concave through the. You can see, I don't know if you can, but anyway, and so yeah, that's the deck. I've got 3 pinstripes going down, which are carbonized. So it's a quality product and has a nice amount of flex and feel underfoot. Now down to our skateboard wheels. We're using 83mm high performance, high rebound polyurethane. The size is 83 by 52mm. So we have two types. We've got a more of a harder 80A diameter, and then we also have a more of a softer buttery riding wheel, which is more like a 76A. So we have a choice. So these wheels, 83, they're a bit more on the larger size, but fantastic for for stability and riding performance. So these just go over all terrain on the road. If you encompass rocks or expansion joints or that sort of stuff, no problems. These wheels just hammer straight over it. We're also using ABEC 9, both ceramic bearings and just normal ABEC 9 bearings. We have a choice here, so we're not compromising on any quality there. So the wheels just spin. They're quiet. They're smooth. They're awesome, really. Now, down to the truck. Now, this is where it's at. Really proud of this truck. It's a double truck system. I don't know if you can see it closely here, but there's 3 components to the truck. We've got a hanger, we've got an arm through the guts, and then we have our base plate, and a double bushing system. At the moment, I'm using the Evolve 95As at the bottom. Making them super hard for stability, and then I'm using softer 90As up top. So you can mix and match your combinations here, but with this double truck system, you've got 2 turning capabilities here. You can just turn on a dime, but yet it has major stability, so it's so much like a surfy feel. Now, the good thing about these trucks also, because there's 2 kingpins, you can adjust each one to however you want to ride. So the finer tweaks changes the whole performance of the board. That's the best thing about this skateboard and the electric longboard is just how these trucks and wheels handle as a longboard. So basically, you can tighten them up for stability and all that, or you can just loosen them up for like full-on sidewalk surfing kind of stuff. But this is the Evolve Supercarb truck, we call them. Great truck, and it works beautifully for our electric longboards and longboards. Now, down to the electrical side of things that's driving this board. Now, this has been a long time in the making. We are using very small brushless motors. These motors are high torque. In fact, they've got 5,000 RPMs, and we're using more of a low wattage motor, 200 watt, but it maxes out sort of high 200s. So small brushless motor, but high torque gives this a small light feel, but yet don't be fooled by how small the motor is. This thing hauls ass. So we're using a brushless setup. We're using a 36 volt custom made lithium polymer battery. It's super light, it's super thin, and it just kees going. The performance is fantastic. I wouldn't even think about using anything else. Don't even bother about using lead acid products. It's just a waste of time. So if you're in the market for buying an electric skateboard, don't even look at buying those cheap, shitty lead acid boards, because you're going to be let down. So I don't deal with that. It's only lithium. Now it's super thin, and because it's so thin and light, it makes the whole board extremely light. As you can see, you can lift it with one hand. It's just, yeah, it's great. It's portable. Actually, it weighs just under 9 kilos in total weight. So now with the electrics, we also we're using a brand new circuitry that's been specially designed to match our lithium battery as well as our brushless motor. It's a Bluetooth connection and a brushless controller, so it's a different sort of setup. This controller is very advanced. It's extremely quiet. It's really efficient, and because it's so quiet and efficient, and the parameters are set perfectly with each other, and not to mention we've got these great wheels and bearings. This also enables the board just keep going. It just rolls and rolls like a normal skateboard, even in neutral mode. But so this enables to get a great longevity out of the battery. I reckon, depending on how you ride it, no problems, you should get 2 hours for one charge. So really, if you ride this board for 2 hours, you're stuffed. You don't want to ride for that long. You want to get off the board. An hour is really long enough, but it goes for 2 hours if you want it to.